Howdy, I'm John. I thought I'd talk a minute or five about the Fractal Torrent Airflow case. I mean, that's what it really ought to be called. It's like this thing was designed by Porsche engineers. They say that form follows function, so when they started with the fans first, they went all out. And you wind up with a monster that has 5 giant-ass fans pushing so much air through and going across all the components, keeping everything positive pressured, and everything's filtered with a very nice filter set. This case was made with few compromises when it comes to the fans. They were the first consideration, and the case was built around them, which is the way to build a case. If you want a case that you can leave running unattended and not have to worry about things like water, you can get one of these. I've got my machines running 24/7, 100% CPU usage. I have no worries about leaving them alone. The engineering on this is amazing. It's well thought out. For instance, you got these big, huge fans that are unobstructed, blowing in large amounts of air. But then the air will hit that swale that is the bottom of the power supply area. And when it does that, it's going to get pushed down around the VRMs, pushed down around the RAM, pushed right into the cooler, around the cooler, the back of the motherboard. Everything's going to be getting much cooler. Then you've got, similarly, 3 large 140 millimeter fans on the bottom pushing up, keeping the GPU cooler and the back of the motherboard. Notice that there's very little space between these fans, that air can be pushed from the case back out and then sucked up again. The fans are well isolated. You also don't have these lame-ass brackets that most companies will put in front of your big fans just in case you want to switch over to a puny fan. This group of people here figure you're probably going to want to stick with massive unobstructed fans, which is the logical thing to do. They do give you some brackets for the front fans here if you want to switch them to some puny ass 120s or 140s, but I think 180s is the way to go. Here's the bottom of the case. The bottom is similarly unobstructed, with the 140s being able to pull in a lot of air, and you've got some tall legs there. Look how little obstruction there is. This is from inside the case. Yeah, this also shows how much room you got inside this case. Here's from the front with the cover off, and you can see that there's no brackets, reducing these to essentially the airflow of a 140 or a 120. You're getting the true airflow of a 180. Here's what I did on my BeQuiet case. I was so inspired that I went full on for airflow with it also. So I've rigged up my front, but you see these 140s, they've got these brackets and you lose so much airflow potential. Come on, BeQuiet, let's design a new front panel that you can sell to people. One that's got unobstructed airflow for 3 140s. Your 140 BeQuiet fans are awesome. In fact, I love the design of the Torrent, and I appreciate the quietness of the BeQuiet so much that the BeQuiet that I leave right on the desk, less than a foot from this microphone as we speak, it's running at 100% processing 3D animation right now while I'm recording this. It's got 9 fans intake, all of them with filters, and the 5950X in there is running just fine. So I expect that Torrent is going to start a big trend, and in the next couple of years we are going to see all the large major manufacturers that care about quality and being at top of the line, people like BeQuiet, they're going to switch over to some high airflow cases. And BeQuiet could still do it while being quiet, because this machine's very quiet. Well, thank you very much, folks, for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like. I'll be making a video on putting the 9 intake fans into the BeQuiet case. Have yourself a good day now. Bye.